Happy 4th of July, guys. We are celebrating the independence of America, but are we really independent? No, the fuck we aren't. Anyways, moving along. Moving the fuck along. Just wanted to check in with you guys. Please be safe this weekend. My Cancerians, my Cancer folks, what's up? Those born in the summertime, around this time period, happy birthday if your birthday hasn't passed. Happy belated birthday and happy early birthday. Cancers, I'm really worried about you guys right now because Mercury is retrograding in Cancer. If you need to talk to someone, please call someone. If you need a reading, call me, text me, DM me if you have my number, or actually text me if you have my number, DM me if you have my Instagram. We can sit down and we can talk about what's going on. We can look at the cards for you. We can look at your birth chart and see, how you can get over this little time period that you're having. It's seasonal, okay? Remember, but you guys go through this once a year. Some of you go through this every day. And it'll just be a little bit heightened right now since Mercury is retrograding in Cancer. Just remember, you are not your thoughts. Feel them, acknowledge them, respect them, give them love, and send them right back to where they came from. Please don't sit there and harbor anything. Please don't sit there and feel resentful or guilty or just... Cancer, I think I've said this for many years. Don't hold on to anything, okay? You operate best when you let go. When you stop worrying about what other people are doing or what they're thinking about you or how they're feeling about you or what is going on. You thrive when you're like that, okay? When you start behaving like Capricorns, like your opposite sign, you thrive. Capricorn could give 2 fucks less about what's going on. You know what Capricorns care about? About their bag. Okay, Capricorns care about their bag. You know that song? I'm going to show you how to get that bag, baby. You ain't coming last. Forget your man. Oh, because this going to make them mad. Something like that. Anyways, that is the song you want to be hearing right now, okay? And if you want to go get a bob, go get a bob. Go ahead. Do your thing. But anyways, no, I'm really worried about you guys because I know things have not been the most interesting recently, but just remember, this is happening because you need to become who you really are meant to be, and that is someone who does not give a fuck anymore. Okay, learn from the Capricorns, learn from the Sagittariuses, learn from Aries. Aries, oh my god. But anyways, Jupiter is in Leo. Expansion, multiplying, taking something and growing it. So wherever Leo is in your chart, take a look at that and see what is going on, because that is the place where you will be seeing basically you'll be seeing the fruit growing there. Okay, if you planted a seed, it will be growing in that specific area. So first house, second house, third house, fourth house, etc. Look at where Leo is in your chart. Okay, now let's move on to the topic at hand. Now that we've gone over the side things, right? The side dishes. Let's go to the main course. The main course is timelines. A lot of people are talking about it. You're probably seeing it on TikTok. You're probably seeing it everywhere. People are talking about timelines. Yes, the timelines are changing. How do you know? Biggest indication that you are not on the same timeline as you were before is physical symptoms, flu-like symptoms, sinus infection, feeling hot, cold, things like that, feeling nausea. It's basically when you you ever been through a portal? Well, people are like, no. Well, I haven't either. But when we watch movies and they show people teleporting, do you remember Harry Potter? I'm a Harry Potter generation because I'm a millennial, obviously. Remember in Harry Potter, when they used to go through the chimney to get to Diagon Alley, right? You know how they had to go to Diagon Alley? They had to teleport. And the first time Harry did it, he kind of felt dizzy. That's what it feels like, okay? So you're probably going through that, okay? because you're shifting timelines. Anyways, phantom fevers are fevers that come out of nowhere and nobody else gets sick in the house, only you do. That is you shifting timelines. Also, forgetfulness, or as I call it, timeline jumping. When you shift over to another timeline, you will see little things like you put your keys on the table, you come back and your keys aren't there. You go through the house looking for your keys, looking for them everywhere. You can't find them. And then all of a sudden you go back to the table that you thought you put your keys on. The keys are right back there. Yes. Yes. Please, if you guys ever experienced that, please comment down below. And tell me what your experience was. Because I really love hearing interesting things like that. That like, you put down your bottle of lotion somewhere, right? You come back and you swear it's there, but it's not. And then you come back an hour later and it's back there again. Yeah. Deja vu is another one. You know, you see something and it looks familiar, but yet you've never been to that place. Or you meet someone and they feel very familiar, but you swear you've seen them somewhere, or you feel like you've known them from somewhere. Yes, that is an indication that you are switching up on timelines. And of course, with the events happening in this world, one major event just happened last Monday. Something was turned off, and that's another reason why that timelines are changing. Now, hopefully, you are on the timeline that is the best one for you. That is my wish for you. That everybody listening to this is able to shift over to the timeline that is the best one for them. But if you happen to be in a timeline where you're seeing things that you saw before, maybe this timeline is for you to learn from and finally apply what you learned. There's a lot of times where I talk to you guys about this. Once you learn a lesson, you will not learn it again. You will not have to relearn it once you pass it. But if there's a lesson that you are just not understanding and you're just not learning, you are going to keep on going through that class. You're going to keep going through that lesson until you actually learn it. And how do you know you learn it? Well, you won't see it again. You know, like you keep dating the same people. You keep getting into the same relationships. You keep meeting the same people. You need to figure out what is it that you need to learn from that. Learn it, apply it, move on. You will never meet those people again. Speaking of never meeting people again, let me tell you something, how this universe operates. If you need to learn from somebody, right? Learn a lesson from someone specifically, you will keep bumping into that person. Once you learn your lesson, you will not see that person ever again. Think about the people you've dated. When you were dating, you saw them every single day. Soon as you stop dating, that person can live 2 blocks away from you and you will never run into them. You know what I mean? You get what I'm talking about? You could have dated somebody for 5 years. Once you broke up, you never saw that person again, and that person lived in the same town as you. You know what that means? Congratulations, you learned your lesson. But if you keep running into that person, please stop thinking that it is universe trying to reconnect you guys. It's not. The universe just wants you to learn your lesson, especially if the person is toxic, especially if the person causes you nothing but hurt. The only reason you're going to keep running into that person is because you need to learn a lesson and you need to finalize that lesson and move on. Because how do you know you're in a new timeline? This is a good one. When you're in a new timeline, new people, new situations, new feelings, new thoughts. What you used to think about 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 days ago, you're not thinking that way anymore. You know, get what I'm saying? Like if you were against something and you find yourself not being against it because, you know, you feel like, oh, okay, you understand it now. New timeline. A new timeline is like watching a new movie. You know that movie that you've seen over and over, you know how it ends? That's an old timeline. You're running on an old timeline. So you already seen this. You already know how it happens. But yet you choose to keep hitting play on it, right? To see it over and over again. Anyway, some of you do that. So I can't even say anything to you. To each his own. It's your journey, buddy. Do what you need to do. Whatever makes you happy. But when you're watching a new movie, it's like new plot, new climax, new characters. Or actually, it's like, oh, I love this one. It's like watching a show and a new season gets aired and you have new characters, a new plot, right? New storyline. Still resonating with the last season, but it's completely new. So these are the things I guess you would want to look into as we go forward. And then just kind of see what's changed, what hasn't changed. Listen, if you are not evolving, something is wrong. And when I say evolving, if you are the same person you were 2 years ago, hell, 20 years ago, and you're still thinking the same way, still operating the same way, you really need to evolve. Being human means to grow, not body-wise, not physically, but soul-wise, mentally. If you're still thinking inside of the box, please step out of the box. Some of you will say to me, excuse me, RIP headphones, sorry about that. Some of you will say to me, oh, but it's safe inside my box. Okay, fine, stay inside your box. I have nothing to do with you. I am ruled by Jupiter. I like expansion. I like to step out of the box. Just like you can't put God in a box, you can't put people who think freely and are open-minded in a box either. But the choice is yours to remain in the box or to come outside of the box. Anyways, with that being said, whew, that was a lot. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys are safe, happy, and healthy. Until next time. Oh, one correction I wanted to make. If you go back and listen to the Jupiter video, the Leo video, it is not Leo and Venus. I made a mistake. I am sincerely apologetic about that. I am so sorry. I meant to say Leo and Jupiter. So if you want to go back and listen to that video and replace wherever I say Venus into Jupiter, please feel free to do so. I have no issue admitting that I was wrong. I was wrong. After I uploaded the video, I realized, oh, wait a minute, I said Venus and I meant to say Jupiter. But I was too lazy to go back and take the video down and do it over because that's just who I am. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so that little correction I wanted to make. But other than that, be happy, be free, and live your lives, guys. Don't worry about the next person.